It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. In the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good.
Welcome to Not Live, Loma Live for Homecoming 2021. We are not your hosts. I'm Sophie Callahan, class of 2010.
And I'm Jared Callahan, class of 2005, if that's how you say that. We are here not live at Heirloom East Bay, a farm church near Oakland, California. We are so pleased to be not your hosts for Loma Not Live 2021.
Yeah, what a year to change the timing of homecoming. I think Point Loma just saw 2020 coming and thought, nope, I'm gonna avoid that hot mess.
So we're here to help remember the good times when the variety show and Loma Live actually happened live. Remember groups? Remember being with people?
We don't need a crowd.
We don't need a crowd. No.
That's right, everyone. Megan Maples and the Heirloom Band, which is just Megan Maples and James Bishop, just the two of you.
It's just the best we could do on such apocalyptic notice. But I am stoked to be here at Heirloom, and we do have a lot of cool stuff to show you. When I say a lot, I mean you have a song and I have a song. But that's a lot, given the circumstances.
I've been practicing. I've been playing for the goats and the chickens, and I feel pretty prepared.
Yeah, we couldn't have a live audience safely, so we're performing today for the farm animals and our COVID-safe Point Loma alumni film crew, who coincidentally all live here at Heirloom East Bay. So stay tuned for those animal cameos.
While you've been scrolling on Facebook and starting arguments with family members that are clearly wrong, the alumni office has been scanning through all the old footage from the variety shows and Loma Lives of the past to find the best and most memorable acts to share with you today.
We also have some interviews with amazing alumni doing social justice work in the community, new music videos from James and Meg, and our very cute stage managers.
What are we even doing here?
Over the years, Loma Live has probably made you laugh, cringe, cry because you were laughing so hard. Maybe you peed a little. I don't know what your body does when you're having fun, but I appreciate your engagement of Point Loma's homecoming.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Loma Not Live, it won't be that funny. But on the upside, they just saved a lot of money.
And while you watch, you can follow along in the comment thread. You can post. You can tell us what year you graduated or where you're watching from, or just post a link to your LinkedIn or your Tinder profile. I don't know what you need out of this show.
And at the end of the show, click the link to vote on your favorite act. Every vote is a $5 donation to the Loma Relief Fund.
Hey, $5 is a lot of money. Little Caesars. You get $5 pizza.
Someone with more money than you thinks it's cool that you care about Point Loma.
So make sure to vote because it spends their money to make sure that students whose education would have otherwise been disrupted have the ability to continue during the pandemic's financial impact on Point Loma. And in case you care more about winning something for yourself, every vote is an entry to win one of 5 prize packs featuring goods curated from alumni small businesses.
So welcome to Loma Not Live.
As we said, we are not your hosts this year. Real MCs, they wear silly costumes, they speak super loudly, and they make very specific jokes for Point Loma student and alumni.
Chapel joke, calf joke, reference a beloved professor.
So instead, we've assembled a highlight reel from the true live MCs of the past. Enjoy these funny people.
Well, at least people that were willing to make a fool of themselves in a room full of people. Their colleagues, their friends, their family.
Their exes.
God.
Mary Paul.
And now it's on the internet. Forever and ever and ever.
And ever.
And ever.
And ever.
And ever.
And ever.
Please put your hands together for our new host, John Wesley.
Who hopped on a boat many years ago, said adios to those Brits. He'll never stop doing all that good. He'll never call it quits. John West, yes, the best. He's as good as it gets, and like how many hits he's really is the best. It's John Wesley.
Oh, good to see you all tonight. How we doing? All right. Bring it home, jazz band. This is my theme song. We spent an entire student tuition paying for this thing right here. Sounds good.
Listen, do you guys want to see my cheer?
No, I don't think that...
Ready? Okay. Cha-cha, boosie, cha-cha, boosie, roll call. My name is AJ. I am a sea lion. I have school spirit. So check me out.
So check him out.
So check me out. UGLY. You ain't got no alibi. You ugly. Yeah, you ugly. Woo!
Dude, we have the same parents.
Who's that sea lion in my TP? It's me.
What are you doing?
It's me.
Get out of
I
here.
said, who's that sea lion in my TP?
Get out of
it's
here.
me.
Stop.
It's me.
Dude.
Go sea lions. Lions from the sea.
We're gonna get through this somehow. We're gonna figure something out. First of all, I'm gonna need my trainee. He's been in training for a little while now, and my assistant stage manager, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
yes. How can I help you?
Can I get the program phone?
Oh, sure.
Yes.
Sorry.
Here you go, sir. Yes, like this. Yeah.
I have to ask a lot of questions. I've always just assumed for my whole life that one of you older siblings knew more about what was going on than I did.
Carl, you should never assume that others know more than you. Well, he does.
Yeah.
But the rest of us aren't real sure.
Oh, so I'm...
You're Groucho.
Groucho.
Yeah.
I'm really not dressed for Groucho.
Harpo's always got props.
Props? Do you have props? I need a mask of some kind of something. No, I don't think that's right. No, I don't think... I'm not... No, we're not doing political humor tonight. I'm thinking like the nose. Oh, here we go. Perfect.
Oh, that's better. Yeah.
That's better.
And always formal wear. He always had a formal coat.
Oh, yeah, I don't have a coat even with me. I don't know what I'm going to do for...
Whoa.
That's pretty
good. We're ready.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, now all you need is the cigar, yeah? Now we'll do without the cigar.
Yeah, I think we probably should pass on the cigar. That's probably a good idea. I like my job.
Oh, look, AJ Pitkin, the host from last year's Loma Live. AJ,
Yeah, and Chip, I was here last too, man.
Sorry, Chip, I didn't see you behind the shadow of your brother.
So, I have a question. I was wondering, what did you guys think of the show last year?
Oh, the show last year? I thought it was great.
It's really good. You guys did a great job.
Yeah, you really set the tone for the professionality that this show people have come to expect. And, I just feel like we can maybe hopefully improve upon it.
Well, thanks. Hey, hats off to you guys, because Chip and I both know how much you had to donate to the Alumni House just to be able to host the show.
Donate?
No.
They're paying us.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, Aaron and Noah, do you have any unique talents?
Yeah, want to learn how to burn a marshmallow? Enjoy these videos of unique talents. Yum. Yeah, don't need that. We tried to do some soup jokes, but they were really bad. Unlike those, the original music videos are really good, not bad.
So much at stake, I can't bear the weight. So please let it pass like a cup from the hands of a Savior, whispering a prayer in the olive grove. Well, love's not easy, but it's right. It's an open sea with land in sight. Won't you fill me up with your love? I'm empty. Fill me up with your love. Oh, fill me up with your love. I'm empty. Fill me up with your love. Don't you let it slip through the gaps. Raise up a levee and fill me up.
Stand up and sing. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da. You sing, you sing. Ba- Sounds so good, bring it in, bear. You sing. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
Just left Pasadena, driving downtown to my class. Was laden in a hurry, hoping my car still had gas. Was bumper to bumper freeway, spilled my breakfast on my lap. Burst out into an off-ramp straight into a radar trap. Ow!
Deseo normal es mi callejón, sin salida, y sin ambición. Vientre de furia, vida y color. Es positivo, es maldición. Vamos que sí, vamos que no. Yo juraré pedirte perdón. No pediré aislarme de vos y escucharé tu petición. Vamos que sí, vamos que no. Yo juraré pedirte perdón. No pediré aislarme de vos y escucharé tu petición.
We're going to try to do a little song that we cooked up about 20 minutes ago about it, and it goes like this. You guys going to clap the whole time?
Probably not.
It's a 10-minute song.
Yeah.
I think I'm nervous, oh, I think I'm nervous. What could it be about? What could it be about?
Don't be nervous, don't be nervous. It's just an anniversary song.
Okay, distract them with harmonies.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Just an anniversary song.
That's right.
Should we start at the top?
You mean the welcome wave?
No, I was thinking something like the purple ball.
Oh.
We're gonna skip around cause we can't sing them all.
But do the welcome wave, mate. Do the welcome wave.
Just an anniversary song.
A Martin Luther King once gave that great
In
speech.
the gym near the field that's on the cliffy beach.
That's a lot of prepositions, Meg. Where'd you learn to do that?
Liberal Arts University, can't you find it on the map?
Oh, snap.
It's just an anniversary
our founding father, Phineas Brzee.
If he were still around, he'd do an Addles run with me.
Ring by spring,
Or bummer by summer.
roar to roar, he guarantees you're
Bound to find another.
Happily married, ma'am.
Always.
Just
an anniversary song.
Take me to church.
If you're gonna go to chapel, be polite, don't be late.
You better go Dane, or you won't graduate.
Staircase in Cabrillo can seem to be a hurdle.
But it might come in handy if you came back as a turtle. Like,
Really? No, really?
it's Madam Tinglish.
No, absolutely irrelevant.
Everybody knows who It's just an anniversary song to the bridge after superhero bowling. What was your superpower?
I was a superhero, just like our Bobby Brown.
We're so lucky to have Megan Maples, Point Loma alum and professional musician. Megan.
Hey.
What's it been like to be a professional musician in the time of a pandemic?
First of all, shout out to class of 2008 and 2013, but don't ask why. It's been great. A lot of Zoom calls, and I've done a couple shows from home, and just been trying to write. I mean, there's like slumpy months, and there's the up and the down, but overall just had a lot of fun stripping it back to stuff that I could just make from home. And the song Go Getter is a really fun tune. I'm excited for you guys to hear. I wrote that with other alumni, Jordan Fry, good friend and current colleague still. So yeah, we're super stoked on that material, and it's released under my moniker Mama Hayes, and there's also some acoustic stuff released under my name. So you got options.
When you have a song idea, do you know it's a hit, or do you have to like really flesh it out? What does it look like for you for when you get an idea? What happens between then and when we all get to hear it, like Go Getter right now?
Good question. Great cue. Probably I call a friend, I phone a friend. Usually I don't do very many things alone, just because it's not that fun for me to write alone. I'm not like sitting in an artsy corner with my feelings. I'm like, this is fun, this is exciting, let's get together and hash it out. So I usually have an idea, or a musician has an idea and says, Meg, I thought you'd sound great on this, and we just run with it. So it's a lot of collaboration, and I have this beautiful community and network from going here and spending a lot of time in San Diego developing my art. So yeah.
Tell me about this video shoot, because what happened, how did you film it, and then everybody in it is Point Loma, right?
I know.
So pitch us to this video. What are we watching?
Huge coincidence. Well, Ryan Shoemaker, I was his youth leader. I used to be a youth leader in the youth group when you were the youth pastor, and he was just a wee lad. And then I just kept track over all the people that I built a relationship with them back then. And there's friends of mine that are chefs now and dancers, and Ryan, he does video. So I've just kept tabs on these kids, and I really consider it a return on investment. And yeah, this is Go Getter. We recorded live down at Liberty Station. Enjoy this super fun song.
Exactly what I want. I know exactly how to get it. I got that fire in my bones. Got you so close that I can taste it. Ooh. I work my fingers to the bone. Oh, I'll start a fire and won't regret it. A little kick, a bit of soul. Lady machine, you won't forget it. One, two, three, ain't nobody stopping me. I got that green light, I got that green light. Ready, set, go. This engine's about to blow. I got that green light, I got that go-getter. Yeah. I work my fingers to the bone. I start a fire, won't regret it. A little kick, a bit of soul.
Alumni Spotlight Recognition Program of 2021 highlights Point Loma graduates that are working to create change in response to the COVID-19 pandemic and social injustices.
Over the course of tonight's show, we're going to introduce you to 3 of these distinguished alumni, and we hope that you feel motivated and inspired to use your skills, your passions, and your degrees to help create social change.
Hi, everyone. I'm here with Christina Kelly, who graduated from Point Loma with both her master's and her doctorate in nursing. And we're going to hear a bit about the amazing work that she's doing to serve the community and just a little bit about her. Thanks for joining us, Christina.
Thank you for having me. I'm really happy to be here today.
Could you tell us a bit about the work you are doing to meet the needs of your community as a nurse?
I work for a hospital here in San Diego for Sharp Healthcare at the Chula Vista campus, and our hospital has been one of the hardest hit campuses in Southern California and California-wide with regards to COVID-19. And so my role is I'm a clinical nurse specialist for critical care, and so I've been doing that for several years. And I've recently had a position change that I can discuss briefly, but in that role of a clinical nurse specialist within critical care, this year has been a year that has been made up of nursing and our peers needing to be nimble and being able to pivot on a dime. And so some of the things that we've been doing is educating ourselves in real time on how to appropriately care for our community when they come for our help when they have COVID. Other things are, hospital expansion to provide more space to care for patients. Looking at care that we give to our patients through the lens of how can we get this done and how can we get it done fast, how can we get it done safe, and how can we get it done so that we can then provide this care to as many people as possible. And then I think one of the things that I've been involved in this past year that is really was my sacred call to care was getting involved at the community level with, the social and racial injustices that have been happening amongst populations in the Black and Brown community. Yeah. And so not necessarily going to these protests as a protestor, but looking at them from the lens of a clinician, from a lens of a nurse. I found that there were so many opportunities for injury. They just were rampant, from head injuries to scraped knees to if it, got particularly out of control and there were, methods used by law enforcement for crowd control up to include, pepper spray and things like that. Then there were eye injuries and the potential for airway injuries. And so being present on the front lines as a nurse with a medical pack, felt like I was truly doing something good outside of the hospital and right in the community where I live and work and thrive.
Yeah, it's really striking the way that you have been facing the dual needs of the community in this season of both the coronavirus and this reckoning for racial justice, and meeting them as a nurse, utilizing that skill that you have. Even outside of maybe the moments of upheaval, like a protest, how do you see nursing as a role for social change?
As nurses, it's our responsibility to make sure that in all instances, regardless if it's at a protest, if it's over in international spaces, if it is in our own hospitals, we are duty bound to advocate for our patients to make sure that there is parity and equity across all lines.
Yes, that's so important. And I love the way that you are approaching this from the healthcare perspective. And it's a question that practically all of us can apply to our own professions and the work that we're doing. How can we look for equity? I love the way that you are leaning on the ethics of your profession for this. But I imagine that your faith is also wrapped up in this. How do you meet this work as a person of faith?
As a person of faith, meeting all of these different challenges this year has really been a source of strength as well as my true north. And so it kind of sounds cliche to say, something, like, what would Jesus do? But it literally is, what would Jesus do? And it's
absolutely
in my mind, my relationship with Jesus is someone who advocated for parity, for equity. He not only advocated it, he demanded it. And so that is what I always keep in the forefront of my mind, is that everything that I do needs to be about that advocacy for others. And because nursing is such a sacred practice, you know, I literally feel like, you know, nursing in itself it's spiritual. I feel like when we give care to these patients, regardless if it's in the hospital or in the community, that's holy ground that we're walking on. Additionally, you know, being a person of color, a woman of color, it's made it a little bit more spicy for me, because, you know, I'm somebody that's actually living with the turmoil that grows inside of a person of color when you see the things happening to members of your community. And so that has also intensified my call to action. And so when I spend time in prayer and I spend time, you know, speaking with the Lord, I'm encouraged that I'm doing the right thing.
Absolutely. What is something that brings you joy in daily life?
Am I being completely honest with you?
Please.
It's family and food.
Great answer. What would you do with a day off?
I would sleep in. I would probably go on some sort of outdoor walk or hike or something if it wasn't too hot outside. And then I would come home and sit in a boiling hot tub for several hours, like mindlessly reading on my Kindle.
Yes. Okay. I feel that. Yes. We're grateful for the work that you do and grateful that you would join us today. Thanks again.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you.
This group music is excellent. Get it? Excellent. Yeah.
I'm gonna ride in the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm gonna ride in the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm getting ready for the judgment day. My Lord, my Lord. I'm gonna ride in the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm gonna ride in the chariot in the morning, Lord. I'm getting ready for the judgment day. My Lord, my. Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy, I need no sympathy, 'cause I'm easy come, little high, little low. Anyway the wind blows, does it really matter to me? To me. Hanno hanno maui kaleilake ahinani hiva hiva ku o kahi hanno hanno maui kaleilake ahinani hiva hiva ku o kahi.
Lilo, iko mawai vai, huli ahai, mai au, ilo
Is it too late now to say sorry? 'Cause I'm missing you and baby I'm sorry. Oh, you tell me is it too late now to say sorry? Oh, I know that I'll let you down. It's too late to say sorry now. It's too late to apologize. It's too late to It's too late to apologize. It's too late to And in this crazy life, and through these crazy times, it's you who make me sing. Your every line, every word, your everything. Your every song, I'll sing along, 'cause you're my everything.
Instrumental performances.
I don't know how you feel about this, Evan, but I'm just, I feel like if you really want to wow us, you should probably be blindfolded. So,
I don't know about this.
well, I'll let you can feel the keys a little bit.
Okay.
All right, you good?
All right.
All right, go ahead.
We wanted to take a minute to acknowledge the difficulties of the past year. 2020 was a tough one for a lot of people, and the Point Loma family is large, which means we've experienced the year in a bunch of different ways.
So we just want to name and acknowledge those losses, the pain, and the suffering that many of us have carried over the last year especially. And we're especially grateful that you would join us tonight for a time of nostalgia and joy and celebration, even in the midst of a hard time.
It's tough not to be together. Homecoming is a time where we get to be together and celebrate and have fun laughing about memories with friends. But we will be together hopefully next year, February 2022. Homecoming will now be in February.
I'm really looking forward to that. And that's also why we wanted to keep highlighting alumni who are doing amazing work even in the midst of a hard year.
Welcome, Renata.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
What year did you graduate from Point Loma?
I graduated from Point Loma in 1988.
That was the year I was born.
Oh, you make me feel so great.
And Renata, where are you living now, and what is the work that you are doing?
Well, I currently live in Silver Spring, Maryland, but I work in Washington, D.C. at the Catholic University of America. I am chair and associate professor in the Department of Library and Information Science. And I currently oversee our department. So people who come into our program who want to be librarians, who want to go off and work in museums or archives, come to our program, and we help train them to prepare them to go out into that field.
In such a digital world, why do you think that libraries matter at this time? Do they matter? Do books matter in a digital age?
Absolutely. I like to debunk the myth, I should say, of that libraries are going away because we have the internet and because we have Google. But libraries are still very vital institutions in culture, because not only do we provide resources, not only just book, but resources, how to get that information. Librarians are people who are gatekeepers of knowledge and can actually connect people to information, current information, accurate information. And so it's still very vital. I don't think the physical library will ever become extinct.
I really hope not. I love the local library. Could you tell me a bit about the research that you've done around, libraries as a support to the community?
What I write about in my research is when there's social upheaval or some type of discord that's going on in the communities, a lot of the institutions in these neighborhoods and these communities were shut down, except for the library. And so I write about in Ferguson several years ago, when we had the uprising due to the death in Ferguson, the head librarian at the time decided to keep the library open so that kids could have classes inside the library, and so that members of the community can go in and find resources to help them find information, because everything else was shut down.
I love the way that you are highlighting libraries as a part of the community, especially during social upheaval, which we've seen a lot of in 2020. Are there any ways that you have seen libraries responding really creatively to the pandemic and to the racial justice reckoning that we are going through as a country, especially this summer?
Absolutely. I think the fact that people are home during the Floyd George incident, people were able to see in real time what happened. And because we were at home because of COVID, librarians also were home, but they weren't just watching TV. They were actually working, connecting people to resources for help. There are also public librarians were working at food banks. They were working at call centers, because I don't think often a lot of people know that public librarians, they are civil servants. And so when the physical library is not open, they actually are working to help in any capacity that's necessary.
We should all be hailing our librarians as essential workers.
Absolutely, they are definitely essential workers.
So we're highlighting past performers from the variety show in Loma Live. And if you were going to perform, what would your talent be?
Well, probably play the clarinet, because I did that for a number of years, and I probably would do that. I'm not sure how good it would be at this particular time, but I would try playing the clarinet.
What is something in your life right now that brings you joy?
Well, just knowing that even though my family is, haven't seen each other in quite a while, that we still are able to keep in touch, and I talk to them all the time, and we've had Zoom movie parties, and things like that. So the fact that knowing that my family's healthy, that I'm healthy, and that brings me the most joy.
Amen. Yeah. Thanks, Renata, for sharing a bit with us about the amazing work that you're doing and a little glimpse into your life. We're so grateful that you could join us for Loma Not Live.
Point Loma has so many events going on this week during homecoming, so we're going to read you some of the things that the alumni office asked us to talk to you about, but then the Heirloom Band is just going to riff on them. So here you go. The first one is a virtual 5K run.
We are Loma 5K, Saturday, February 20th, all day. Run a virtual 5K in support of the Loma Relief Fund. If you haven't registered yet, you still can. You won't get your t-shirt in time, but you can still run, and you'll have that awesome homecoming t-shirt as a keepsake, designed by the one and only Elaine Giles, class of 2020.
Way to go, Elaine.
Hey Siri, how many miles is a 5K? 3.11.
If you're lazy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're lazy and you know it, clap your hands. On your couch eating Fritos, gotta work off that burrito. If you're lazy and you know it, clap your hands.
For the first time ever, Bob Brower is addressing all current students and alumni in a State of the University address.
On Saturday, February 13th at 12 p.m. Hear updates on life at Loma, where the university has come, and where it is going next. And then Bobby B will answer your questions.
B flat. Probably wearing a tan suit on a Saturday, 'cause if you're the president, you wear a suit every day. Bobby B gonna make an announcement for you. Tune in, just click on the Zoom. Click on the Zoom.
Class reunions. This is the biggest year of class reunions ever because it's a double year.
On Saturday, February 13th at 2 and 4 p.m. If your reunion year ends in a 0, a 1, a 5, or a 6, it's not too late to register and see all of your classmates.
A 0, a 1, a 5, and a 6. It's time to get together online with the people you already see online.
Chapel. In case you didn't get enough of it when you were forced to go while you were a student, now there's going to be another one that you can attend virtually.
On Sunday, February 14th at 9 a.m., what better way to celebrate homecoming than worshiping together? Join the alumni band and chaplains throughout the decades for morning worship.
I wasn't asked to be in the alumni band, were you?
No.
What the heck, George?
George, come on.
What the heck?
They're bringing back the chaplains from throughout the decades to have like a Royal Rumble. My money's on Michael Pitts.
Ruben Welch. Loma Talks, the Homecoming at Home series, Monday through Friday, February 15th through February 19th at 12 and 6 p.m.
Is Dr. Fauci going to give one?
No, but I think the nursing department has a talk.
Michelle Obama?
No, but there is a collective on anti-racism. That one looks good.
Okay.
Wow, that actually sounds really cool. I'm going to show up to that.
Yeah, like TED Talks, but like Ned Talks.
Ned, like Nazarene education discussion?
That checks out.
Yeah.
Now we get to be with professional musician and Point Loma alum, James Bishop. James, you wrote and recorded an album in a very unique way. Can you explain to everybody how this album came to be?
Yeah, so the long story short is a week after I graduated from Point Loma, I went to hike the PCT, the Pacific Crest Trail, which is long-distance hiking trail that goes from the border of U.S. and Mexico to the border of U.S. and Canada. So I hiked about 1,400 miles on that trail, took my iPhone with me, and recorded a bunch of sounds out there, and wrote a bunch of songs, and made an album.
So the album sounds like nature and birds and leaves, right? Or no? It's like a dance album.
Kind of not really. It's more kind of the interaction between technology and nature. So it's moments are pure and like leaves and birds and waterfalls and things like that, but other moments are completely abstracted from it and sound completely unrelated to nature entirely.
So the video we're gonna watch is for a live performance of you playing a song "Wake Up." Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so the song Wake Up I wrote out on the trail, and it's a song that kind of ties around themes of embodiment and what that means. We took Teroa Pasilio and Aaron Yoshida out to the trail, Pacific Crest Trail, and recorded this live video that you're about to see out there, so I hope you enjoy.
I'm a fool for this story. I do my dreaming in the morning. You plant my body like a seed and give the worms what they need. I stick my fingers in the dirt, I shake my body at the earth, I wanna live among the trees. I sing the aching of the leaves, but to live like a prophet is to die while you're screaming. Wake up. We gotta wake up. We gotta wake up. We gotta wake up. Wake up. I do believe in the process. I do believe what I profess. When my body is your fate, my garden is my liturgy, my dreaming is my fate. Gotta wake up. Oh, I fate gotta wake up. Children gotta wake up. We gotta wake up. We gotta wake up. We gotta wake up. Wake up. See your fingers in the dirt, wake up. Shake your body at the earth, wake up. See your fingers in the dirt, wake up. Shake your body at the earth, wake up. When the people know the land, it wakes up. When we trust its design, it wakes up. When the people know the land, it wakes up. When we trust its design, it wakes up. Children gotta wake up. We gotta wake up. My mama's gonna wake up. Yeah, but the children gotta wake up. Wake up. 2, 1. You're a good, good father. Who?
Still mine. I need your love. I need your love. Godspeed your love. Tell me.
You're turning bad, sir. At least I didn't fake it, had, sir. I guess I didn't make it, but whether roses your perfection, I'm gonna make it. Nobody, no, nobody is gonna rain on my
Baby, I listening to our favorite song. I have faith in what I see. Now I know I have met an angel in person, and she looks perfect tonight.
Friday night, February 19th, there's an interview with filmmaker Destin Daniel Cretton.
And Dean Nelson
Is doing the interview.
Yeah.
Destin has directed Short Term 12, Just Mercy, The Glass Castle, and now has a new Marvel movie coming out.
So if you want to go to the theaters and shout at the screen, I know him, when the director's name comes up, you should definitely watch this interview.
You actually have been in a couple of his movies, right? I think. Let's just check out this still frame.
No.
This is you pretending to be at an art show.
I was pretending to be at an art show.
That's great. And then this is you pretending to be at a house concert.
Also that. Yep.
What was your motivation? What was the direction that he gave you to like get into character?
San Diego hipster scene, early 2010s. Yeah.
Nailed it. So tune in for that Friday night. It'll be really great with Destin.
And now, what I think is the most important homecoming announcement. This guy has a film coming out next Saturday, and you should all watch it with us. Tell us about it.
I've been working on the Dan Nelson film for over 13 years. It's called Sometimes I Shake, the Dan Nelson film for friends and family. Dan was a PLNU music professor. He was in the music department for 19 years, and he received the unfortunate terminal diagnosis of ALS. And so we cried together, and then he invited me into filming the last 3 or 4 years of his life. So the film is dark but funny. Dan is really honest and open with his life and the suffering, but I am excited and proud to show you the movie.
It's really good. I laughed and I cried, and I don't really cry that often.
Yeah, you're biased though, but it is good. So the movie plays February 20th at 6 p.m. We are going to do the movie at 6 and then a live Q&A at 8 with some of the filmmakers and then Dan's widow, Jan.
I think this is basically the only reason you hosted Loma Live was so you can now pitch us all on this film.
Yeah, I'm only doing this show to invite you. Please come watch our movie. It's free. It streams 6 o'clock Saturday night.
See you there.
Hi, Rebecca. Can you tell us briefly some of the amazing work you've been doing to meet the needs of your community, especially during this pandemic time?
Yeah, I serve at Catholic Charities in Northern California, and we're the leading provider of services to people experiencing poverty and hardship, especially people experiencing homelessness, disaster survivors, and our immigrant community. And 2020 was especially difficult up here because we faced the triple whammy of the pandemic, the economic fallout of the pandemic, and the 4th successive year of destructive wildfires. So needless to say, it was a rough year. And my responsibility as the Chief Development Officer at Catholic Charities is to lead our amazing team of people who are raising funds and awareness and volunteers to basically keep a roof over people's heads and keep food on the table and provide our immigrant community with a path to legal residence or citizenship.
Maybe you could tell me the thing you love most about the work you've been doing lately. What is bringing you joy in this work?
I always find so much inspiration through the people who really give sacrificially to make this work happen. Just hearing the stories of what inspires people to give, it never gets old. I've been doing this work for 13 years with Catholic Charities, and every week there's some exciting, inspiring story of someone, saved up and wanted to, do something for someone else, or somebody who has a significant amount of resources who makes a truly life-changing gift to our work. It runs the whole gamut, and it feels very inspiring and hopeful.
That is amazing. Yeah, I'm inspired. I read a bit about the work you have been doing, and I hope that everyone who's watching tonight goes and reads more about Catholic Charities and the amazing work that you've been leading. It's so great to hear about. As a Point Loma alumni, could you tell me one of your favorite memories from your student time there?
I have to pick 2. Number 1 is when I was a RA on Nice 4th South. Sarah and I somehow managed to convince basically our entire hall to dress in ninja costumes and to basically maraud around Point Loma at midnight. Don't try this at home, children. We may or may not have scaled a few buildings and may or may not have had a map that we were checking off the ones that we were climbing. And the other favorite memory is has to be my first date with Jonathan Kendall. He invited me to go surfing with him at OB. And so we went out on our boards and suddenly a dolphin swims by. And then like 5 minutes later, a rainbow appeared in the sky. And so at that point I was like, Lord, you're giving me a message and I am listening. And that is my husband.
Those might be two of the most classic Point Loma memories I've heard. I also lived in Nice and had a night with my friends where we dressed up like ninjas and roamed the campus. I did not have rainbows on my first date, but I'm glad it has all worked out for the two of you. What was the last TV show that you binged?
I'm not really a TV person, but I have been binging an Audible book by Patrick Rothfuss. It's two books actually. It's The Name of the Wind and The Wise Man's Fear, and they're like 40 hours long. So my husband does not like it when I start a new audiobook because I can like disappear for a while. It's not good, but they're so good. They're so good, and this is not my first time enjoying them.
Well, that's a great answer, and you made all of us TV watchers look a little less professional and intelligent with your long audiobooks, but I love binge what you binge, you know. What is a great meal that you've enjoyed during the pandemic time?
So many lovely meals at home, but my standard favorite meal, which has been my favorite meal since I was a kid, is Dutch meatballs with potatoes and little gravy lake and green beans. And I have eaten that meal probably more times than any other meal in my entire life, because my entire family is Dutch. My parents were from the Netherlands, so this is like a very traditional home-cooked meal, and I love it. It's my comfort food, and I needed a lot of comforting in 2020, so we ate it quite often.
Don't we all? Thanks for taking time to share a little bit about your life with us tonight for Loma Not Live.
In 2017, they shifted from the variety show to the Loma Live format, where they crown a winner and give that winner cash.
Yeah, students win money now. We didn't get any money.
We didn't get any of that. I wouldn't have won anyway.
No. Enjoy this video.
All right. That leaves us to first place.
That's what it comes down to.
All right. Well, let's get a drum roll for first place. La La Land. Literally, it says.
That's what it says.
It says La La Land with a picture of me from I don't even know who got this picture.
Oh, you've got the. Oh, okay, here we go. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. First place.
What kind of show is this? All right, first place. Let's get another drum roll, please.
Hey, Evan, you did it. You won.
You were the first ever student winner of Loma Live. Can you tell us what it felt like in that moment?
Oh my gosh, it was absolutely surreal, because in the past few years before that first Loma Live, the talent show, I previously entered, and but when it rebranded itself, it was absolutely amazing. And I was against some tough competitors as well. It was amazing, just that moment that I realized, like, oh my gosh, I won this thing.
Yeah, the crowd was so excited.
Now, Evan, do you play blindfolded a lot? Is that how you normally play piano?
Oh no, it was just for that one piece, but it was definitely like something I had to work, like, you know, I had to practice the piece over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, just to make sure everything was in my muscle memories, that my hands were jumping in the right places.
Worth it.
So yeah, but in the end, it was great.
Beautiful.
That's so great. Could you tell us one awesome thing you've done since graduating from Point Loma?
Oh yeah, since I graduated from Point Loma, I've been teaching piano. I'm teaching several kids, and just seeing their progress has been absolutely incredible. And also, I've been in a piano accompanist as well for my friend's choir called Pacific Harmonics, and it's a biannual choir. So I've been playing for that as well. And
So great. All right, our final question. What did you spend the $750 on?
So, oh boy. So that one actually, I still have it. I got a nice, colorful, like little hydro flask that I still use to this day. Even though it's like worn out and like there's no more installation, but like it's still good memory. Just like I got that, and so I still use it to this day. And I just got and I got a small little like computer monitor. But aside from that, I just put the rest of my savings. It was definitely like a little like hey, I get to spend a little money.
I probably would have spent the whole thing on burritos or tuition, I guess. But
I'm glad that you went and you treated yourself,
treat yourself
to that water
Wow.
bottle.
Oh, Evan, congratulations.
Thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations. We are so glad to have you back. Thanks for joining Loma
Thank you so
Not
much
Live.
thank you so much for having me. All right.
Bye.
That's it, everybody. Thanks so much for attending Not Loma Live.
Be good to one another.
Wear your masks, wash your hands. Oh,
You're getting a call.
oh. Hey, Bobby B. Yeah, no, the show's going great. No time for cameo. No, I don't think that we're gonna get a cameo in this year. No, Godspeed, all right. God blessings, you and Linda. All right, bye.
Are you gonna sing za za za? Or are you gonna whistle za za za? I feel like singing's better.